Ladies and gentlemen, today's scripture reading will be from Ecclesiastes 4:10. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Please join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Around the same age you are now, that life is difficult. Since then, it is being reinforced over and over again. There are times we bring troubles, difficulties, and hardships to ourselves, and then there are times when they hit us like a flashbang, causing immediate blindness, tinnitus, and confusion. But still, we need to drive on. When I was 17, I found myself stationed in Fort Benning, Georgia, learning some of the most valuable lessons in my life. Many of the hands-on skills I hopefully will never have use for again. I doubt I have to disarm any landmines or bouncing betties. I have no need to fire a drag into the tank or to watch for makeshift IEDs as I clear buildings. The terms hold the line, watch your six, head on a swivel, and clear your sector don't have the same meaning or feeling to them anymore. I was once told that a soldier that doesn't move is a target. Now, it's just kind of like standing around. But there was one lesson that I can truly say has guided me through a good portion of my life. Cover is better than concealment, but eventually, you'll have to combat roll out from under fire and rush your objective. But rarely will you do it alone. I met three guys. A buddy of mine, Matt, his friend Big Dave, and Brent. They all grew up in Sarasota, Florida. Now Matt ended up being a high school dropout, getting a GED. He ended up working for a small telecommunications company where he answered the phones and people would call and ask questions about products. I need clamp so-and-so for this wire. Matt being who he was, he knew the order number, put it in, built relationships, his communication skills. Brent got out of high school, became a grunt, lived in Bravo, Airborne Ranger. Big Dave got a full ride to Michigan, then he played for the 49ers, and then he won a Super Bowl as a starting center for the New York Giants. Three guys, all from the same town. Went to high school together, best friends, all ended up in a different spot in their life. Matt got married and got divorced. Got married again and had a son. His son was born 1 chromosome short. Doctor gave him 2 to 5 months. Brent got sent overseas, went to the sandbox, became a seasoned combat vet. Those of you in my psych class have heard the story of what it's like when you realize you just shot a 14-year-old kid. Big Dave, starting center of the New York Giants, one injury after another. Concussion, busted knees, busted back, to the point where he had to retire. It sounds like bad stuff, and it is. When Matt's son finally moved on, the other two, from different walks of life, stopped everything they were doing, all the troubles they had, and they went to Matt. And they sat there, and they held him, and they cried with him, just as if they were high school kids again. Brent One night, roughly 2 o'clock in the morning, we're all sitting around, breaks down and cries. Combat seasoned airborne ranger vet cried. The other two cried with him. Big Dave's career came to an end. Something not as dramatic as maybe the other two, but it was his life. He knew nothing else but football. Cried. His two friends cried with him. That's the difference, gentlemen. How many of you in this room are willing to cry with or for the guy next to you? All this stuff we hear about honor and courage and running out in the line of fire, taking over a bunker, being the first one out there, last one back. Yeah, it's honorable. It's hardcore. It's something somebody can do. And how many of those guys are willing to back off, take what really matters, and to sit with the people who matter most to them, and build that kind of relationship? It starts now. All right? I know some of you, I don't cry. I'm not a crier. Ooh, girls cry. It's not true. All right? Real men do too. Real men have feelings. Real men get hurt. Same guys that can give happiness and joy and love. All right? You need to work for each other and understand that as soon as you learn that lesson, you were well on your way to becoming a success. What I'd like to leave you with is Shakespeare, Henry V. I mean, some of you might have heard this before. A lot of soldiers hold on to this because it stands for brotherhood and unity and being together and being there for each other. To do our country laws, and if to live, the fewer men, the greater share of honor. God's will, I pray thee, wish not one man more. By Jove, I am not covetous for gold, nor care who doth fed upon my cost. It yearns me, not if men my garments wear, such outward things dwell not in my desires. But if it be a sin to covet honor, I am the most offending soul alive. No faith, my cuz, wish not a man from England. God's peace. I would not lose so great an honor, as one man more methinks would share me more. For the best hope I have, oh, do not wish one more. Rather proclaim it, Westmoreland, though my host, that he which hath no stomach to this fight, let him depart. His passport shall be made, and crowns for convey put into his purse. We would not die in that man's company, that fears his fellowship to die with us. This day is called the Feast of Crispin. He that outlives this day and comes safe home will stand a tiptoe when this day is named, and rose him in the name of Crispin. He that shall live this day and see old age will yearly on the virgil feast his neighbors, and say tomorrow is St. Crispin. Then will he strip his sleeve and show his scars and say, these wounds I had on Crispin's day. Old men forget, yet all shall be forgot. But he will remember with advantages what feast he did that day. Then shall our names, familiar in his mouth as household words, Harry the King, Bedford and Exeter, Warwick and Talbot, Salisbury and Gloucester, be in their flowing cups freshly remembered. This story shall the good man teach his son, and Crispin shall never go by, from this day to the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of brothers, for he today that sheds his blood with me shall be my brother. Be he never so vile, this day shall gentle his condition, and gentlemen in England now abed shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their manhoods cheap, whilst any speaks that fought with us upon St. Crispin's Day. Thank you, gentlemen.